Ahoy, all of you flick freaks out there, what is going on? My name is Andrew, and we are here with another film review. The film that we're going to be talking about today is the up-and-coming, soon-to-be-released film, La La Land. I got a screener for this, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This film is phenomenal. And I should preface by saying I am not really that big into musicals. I don't find them to be my favorite genre of film. I know other people swear by them and they live and die by them. And to those people, all I can say is wait until you see this movie. It is brilliant. And I think that really comes down to whatever you see between Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, the two lead actors and actresses in this film. So if you are a fan of old-time films like Gene Kelly's musicals like the Singing in the Rain and others like that, this is going to fit into that genre so perfectly. It's as though it was filmed back in those days. The only thing that is going to throw you off is that sometimes this movie tries to feel old and classic with, the types of cars and stuff like that, but it's taking place inside a modern era. So you'll be seeing people in these beautiful, vibrant dresses, and they're doing the old-time tap dancing and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden a Prius will drive by. That kind of took me out every now and then, but not enough for me to entirely fall in love with this film. It's so good. I'll go ahead and say it. Right now, this is my number 2 film of the year, right behind Arrival. And that's interesting because both of those movies are completely different from each other. So, let's go ahead and talk about the chemistry that you're going to see between Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. I'll preface now by saying I'm holding off my spoilers until the very end of this review. So if you don't want anything spoiled, don't worry about it. It's all going to be at the end. The chemistry. Holy cow. I think that Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone are the power team to go to whenever you want a perfectly adorable couple to show on screen. They've been together, I think, 3 times total, including this one. So you have Gangster Squad, which was okay, and then you have Crazy Stupid Love, which really came out of nowhere for me and really impressed me by how good that film actually was. And the main focus of why I love that film so much was the chemistry, once again, between Ryan and Emma. They are perfect together. It's like a power team that knows exactly how the other one, they know their mannerisms and they know how to work off of each other phenomenally. It's so good. I will say, however, that the performances are not good enough, I think, to garnish any form of award winning. Definitely some nominations. You were definitely going to see some nominations for Emma and Ryan Gosling. There were a couple other performances. If any other, it's one of the sad cases, any other year, they would have taken it home. But there were so many really good performances this year, which I'm going to talk about in other reviews later on for other movies that I think are going to take the win. One movie in particular, and we'll talk about that later on in another review. So, if you're a fan of old-time Gene Kelly movies, it's going to fall on perfectly for you. And the music is the main thing that people are going to take away from this film, and the main thing that they are going to fall in love with. Not only that, but the choreography for the dancing. It feels so timeless, and you just want to live in a world where somebody just all of a sudden jumps into song and dance, and you can fall right in and know all the choreography and you know all the words to the song. It's a magical world everybody wants to be a part of, and they really capture that. Another thing for the performances, going back to that, really you're only going to focus on Ryan and Emma. Nobody else in this really sticks out, really. It's mainly focused on them, so every now and then you'll see J.K. Simmons rarely, and if you are a fan of Damien Chazelle's work, which let's go ahead and talk about Damien Chazelle. A couple years ago, he directed a movie called Whiplash. If you've seen Whiplash and you've seen our listing of top 200 or top 100 films of all time on this channel, you will know that we gave Whiplash the number 9 spot for the greatest film of all time. That should speak volumes, and the main focus of that, it was written and directed by Damien Chazelle. Another thing was that J.K. Simmons was beyond phenomenal, and so was Miles Teller in that film. Coming to La La Land now, I expected something in the same type of directing style that I saw in Whiplash, because he was perfect. The direction and the writing for that film was perfect. I can go ahead and say that. So coming over here to La La Land, I expected something similar. The directing style is totally different. Vibrant, bright colors, long shots, zooms that you just, how did you do that? Just these super long takes going through walls and stuff, and it's all one shot. This film, you remember when I said that it felt like it took place in the 1950s? It's because the directing style feels exactly like that. The fact that Damien was able to ace one style of directing and then try something new and then ace that as well should speak volumes to how brilliant he is, and he is definitely going to be the director to win this year. All awards are going to be going to directing, and I don't know about writing, maybe writing, but he is definitely going to win directing this year. I mean, it's not even a contest for everything I've seen. I haven't seen Passengers, Silence, or Rogue One yet. We're not going to get screeners for those. Sorry, people. When it comes to Oscar season, I have unless Scorsese blows everybody out of the water with Silence, I think that La La Land is going to be the one that everybody is talking about for an award to go to Damien Chazelle. Moving here on out, I'm going to be talking spoilers. So to wrap up, I will say that this may go down as one of the greatest musicals of all time, and I think it should. It's beyond brilliant. The colors are, I don't even know how to describe it, but the way he works with the yellows and blues and reds, he really captures that noir, neo kind of Los Angeles vibe that so many people are familiar with. And it's damn near perfect. If there is anything I could say, out of every single musical I've seen, which I've said I'm not a huge fan of musicals, this is my number one. The best musical I've ever seen. And Damien, damn it, you've done it again. Congratulations. So everybody go and check it out. From here on out, it's going to be spoilers. All right, now moving into spoilers, we can get into the nitty-gritty things of this film. So the very first scene of this movie is going to determine whether you think it is great or not, because it starts off with a song right off the bat, and the main thing I took away from it, it's all one shot. Holy shit, it's on this overpass, and all these people are getting out of their cars, singing this really upbeat, happy song, and it's beautiful colors everywhere you look, and it's all going over one car, over one overpass onto another with people singing, beautiful choreography, and then all of a sudden it just jumps right back into a normal film. Like it didn't even happen. And I love that, because people are super happy and joyous, and then they get in their car, and then they're typical LA drivers honking at each other stuck in traffic. It was a very, very amazing way to start off the film. And then you have other songs in this that are really somber, like City of Stars is the song that Ryan Gosling is known for singing, and then you have the Audition song that Emma Stone is known for singing. Both of those songs are incredibly mellow and somber, and even sad, the way that they use those songs sometimes. The main I thought I talked about the main basic premise of this film. So you have Ryan Gosling, who is wanting to open up a jazz club in LA because he's so in love with that style of music, and he thinks that it's a dying form of music, that he has taken it upon himself to try and save this beautiful, you can definitely tell it's not an actor reading lines about how passionate they are about music. You feel Ryan Gosling whenever he says, I love jazz, I want to save it. You believe him wholeheartedly. And then you have Emma Stone, who is a hopeful, soon-to-be actress. she wants to make it in LA to become somebody because she loves being a storyteller. And both of their performances, you see Emma Stone in auditions, and I'll say the first audition she gives and the last audition she gives are showstoppers. They are so good. There's a couple that she does in between, but really it's those two that we focus on. Because if you have ever been in a major film audition, they totally capture what it's like. I've only been in two, and you'll have people walking in and out of the room and people talking while you're giving your audition, and it's really distracting. And the fact that they capture that and how real it is spoke volumes to me, and I loved it. As any kind of film, you would expect there to be a lover's quarrel, and there definitely is a lover's quarrel in this, but you're really wanting them to make it in the end, and they don't. She leaves him for somebody else, and you think there's this whole montage. You think, oh yes, they're gonna be together, and then it's all just a dream sequence, and it's heartbreaking because you really wanted them to make it. It was killer. But you know what? That speaks to how good of not only a director but also a writer Damien Chazelle is. So, in conclusion, I cannot recommend this movie enough. I guarantee you it's going to be winning all sorts of awards coming this season. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Thank you so much for watching. If you wouldn't mind, hit that subscribe button right there. And if you check them in the top right corner here, you're going to see a little card icon. That'll take you over to the Flick Freak store where we have t-shirts, coffee mugs, phone, tablet cases, all the great paraphernalia you could ever ask for. If you feel like donating to this channel, we have fan funding as well as the Patreon campaign. And we will catch you guys in the next video. So until next time, Godspeed to 100,000 subscribers.
Where's Sterling? Oh, he seems to be crawling away from the goal. What is he